Hello everybody, you are looking at the latest release of the Nissan Skyline HT 2000 GTX. That's a bit of a mouthful, so we'll call it the Hakosuka Skyline. It is brand new in the 2017 basic range, and from what I've seen on Instagram, a lot of you are gobbling this model up, and for good reason. It's a really good looking model, and if you are not aware, and we've talked about this already on the channel, this is a special one. In that, this is the deco designed by a Hot Wheels collector himself. This is Roy de Guzman's Skyline. He owns a Hakosuka Skyline, and a couple of years ago he designed this deco for the Japanese Classic Car Show. At least he debuted it at the Japanese Classic Car Show. That's where a lot of Hot Wheels designers likes to hang out, and yada yada yada. Here it is in Hot Wheels form, and that is as exciting as anything. Can you imagine having your car immortalized as a Hot Wheels? Well, that happened to Roy. And this is a very cool deco, and collectors are gobbling it up, and it is very, very exciting to see. But this is only one of 8 Hakosuka Skylines that Hot Wheels has released. And in some ways, it's one of 9, 10, and many, many more that are coming. Hot Wheels is doing a wagon for car culture next year. Matchbox, of course, has done its Hakosuka, more of a stock style. So we have a lot coming from Mattel. And we're going to walk through all of the Hot Wheels releases, starting with the very first one in 2011, Japanese Nostalgic Car, the website that I read quite a bit, and whose logo is boop, right there in front of the 17. They're on a lot of the JDM models. Says that they think this ushered in the JDM era at Hot Wheels. There's a lot of JDM loving designers like Junimai, like Ryo Asada. And they may be right. This one came out in 2011. The Datsun 510 had already been released. The 510 wagon was on its way a couple years later. But this one really started this just plethora of JDM models that we've seen over the last few years. So I agree with them in that one. This one comes in a very classic racing livery. Has June's name on it in a couple of places. Of course, the JNC logo. It's a beautiful debut. Taillights done. I'll just show you this one little quickly. This is an error that I found, or actually that I bought on eBay years and years ago, and then I opened it up. It was in the package forever and ever, and then I just decided, what the heck, it's mine. I know it's real. It looks cool, and it looks even cooler because both sides are blank, so I opened it. You guys might agree or not agree. I get it. But I like it out of the package. It's a unique little version of that Skyline. All right, now let's go to this one because I have something kind of fun today. This is the Boulevard release, 2013 Boulevard. We mentioned the 510 wagon in green. This one came with it in that first batch. I think it was the L case, 2013 Boulevard, which has kind of become legendary. We opened one a couple months ago, an L case just for kicks. And there it is right there. That is the Skyline, very plain with the black hood, black fenders, and the Skyline logo and taillights, and that is it. But there is a variation on this one right here. I'm going to move in right in front, and if you look very closely at this one, you will see the difference. Can you see it? I'll give you a second as I move it around. Yep, right there. Look, no fenders, no black fenders. This, when I first saw it, I thought might have been an error a few years ago, but there's been so many found that we'll call this a variation. Still has the black hood, still has the taillights, still has the Skyline logo, but no fenders. And it's blank on both sides. You know how I know? Because I checked. You want me to prove it? Okay. I'll open it. Woohoo! That's what happens when you open a car. This one came from a good friend, HW_R&M on Instagram. You should follow him. Maybe I'll put a link down below. Boom. I just did it. I just opened it. And it feels good. It's going into the collection. See the difference? Black fenders. No black fenders. Black hood, black hood. Skyline logo. Everything's the same. I think that one looks cool. Count that as a variation. Add it to your list of wants if you're a Hakosuka collector. And I'm putting it in my collection. I'm very excited to have it. All right, moving on. We're already 5 minutes into this, so let's hurry. There is the next basic release. I think that was 2013 or 2000, maybe 2014. In black. We had two versions of this one. It doesn't really come through, but if you look right here, there is the look inside. And you'll see there's a roll cage in there. That's how all of the first, that was how the first edition in white and the Boulevard came, was with that roll cage. But then it also came, I think, to save on cost, without blank. See that? Let's move that. I'll let that turn around. This one was also clean. You can see the taillights were also done. Nissan wants those taillights done. Now, there are exceptions to that, including Roy's car, but Nissan would prefer that the taillights on all of their Skylines and the GTRs, the R35, always be there. So Hot Wheels obliges as much as they can. That is the first version, and then there was a special, of course, unpainted Zamac version. Same deco, only different color, and of course raw and unpainted. And how cool is that one? Green interior might be a little too bright, but there is that roll cage again. And this one came with a roll cage. And without. Funny thing too, I have a few of these. I have a couple of them carded. I like this, having this pair, because look how different. Here, let me try and... So you can see, look how different the cars look. One has a lot more of that finish on it. One doesn't. That's a great thing about Zamac cars, is they can fall and you don't really worry about it. So yeah, see how that one's a lot more glossy than this one? Kind of interesting. Anyway, I thought that was a good pair because of the roll cages and because of the finish. All right. Second premium version after the Boulevard is in Hot Wheels... Was it Red Lines? This was Heritage, where they did a batch of Red Lines and a batch of Real Riders. This one was released in the Red Lines segment in black with kind of a vintage livery on it. Of all the Skylines, I don't know. This one, it's just, I don't like the wheels on it. But for those who have that nostalgic feel and that nostalgic love for old Hot Wheels wheels, this one's a nice release. No taillights on that one, which is interesting. But everything else there, including the metal chassis. That is the Heritage version. I think it's kind of a long forgotten. And then there's this one, which was not easy to find. This is from the Road Trippin' series, which is a Walmart exclusive. Kato Racer. Or Kaido Racer. When you write, you write. When you read, you read. It's a little different. You guys can correct me on that. You're always good about correcting me on that. And I actually do appreciate it, so I appreciate that one. That was Road Trippin', kind of hard to find. And then the last two, we already saw Roy's, but right before that, from the now legendary Japan Historics, there is the Hakosuka Skyline from Japan Historics. No taillights, weird. But everything else made to match the first edition. So when this Skyline was raced, it was done. This deco was done in several colors, and so this is kind of cool. I wonder if one day we will see even a third one. And sorry about that, we got cut out, but we're back. There it is. That is the Japan Historics Nissan Skyline, and then of course we finish with Roy's. Are we going to see more of these? Of course we will. The wagon's coming. I am sure we'll see many more releases of this one. It's a great model. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye!